Welcome back to another episode of Monday Mayhem by Box Office Baby.
Monday Mayhem, what's up,
We're
guys?
here to talk about serious things.
We got some fucking like movies and shit. We don't really do movie hauls anymore, so
Oh yeah, let's do that.
why
Ooh, I
not
can
talk
pull
about
my
some
Voodoo
movies?
up.
You want to hold these up real quick? You can't do it. Yeah, you only have one movie that you can voodoo. We have The Sacrament. I don't know how well y'all can see that right there.
Sacrament?
The Sacrament. Yes, this is a Ty West film. Have not seen it since it first came
Big
out.
fan of Ty West.
Yeah, we just had X, so I'm brushing up on some of this shit.
Can't wait till that goes on sale. I'm about to buy the shit out of that.
Oh,
Unless
me
you get
too. Mm-hmm.
it. Dibs.
And we have The Serpent and the Rainbow, underrated Wes Craven flick. Definitely check this out if you're a Wes Craven fan. Finally own it on Blu-ray.
Huge Wes Craven fan.
One of the most controversial films of all time, maybe. You think Cannibal Holocaust, got that up there as well. With Cannibal Ferox, this movie is downright sick with it.
What is it?
Cannibal Ferox, it's a cannibal movie. It's fucking horrible. And I'll, measure another one with you on that. I don't know if it's as brutal, but Jungle Holocaust. I've only seen this one time, though. I can't really speak on its brutalness, and I haven't seen it since middle school when I used to seek out movies like this. Because it was like, damn, man, I just want to see the most fucked up shit possible because I can get away with it. You know, that whole weird thing. Yeah, so there's that. And here's the one digital, Apollo 13. We just talked about that. We're talking about quotes and shit. Got it on
Dibs.
4K. Yeah, I don't know what you know about that.
I call dibs.
Oh, great movie. Dibs.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. Have not seen this one in a long time. I've always been partial to Tales from the Crypt. I do have all the Tales from the Dark Side stories. A little more low budget. There's some gems in there. But I do remember liking the movie quite a bit. And this is one I haven't seen. But I'm a sucker for, like Tales from the Dark Side. Anthology movies. Dead Time stories. I'm curious what that one can give to us. Another Ty West film. House of the Devil. Indie horror. Let's go. Going to be peeping that one here very soon. And then, of course, lastly, 3 movies in one. Volume 3 of Forgotten Gialli. I'm a big Giallo fan. We have Murder Mansion,
Love it, man.
Autopsy, and what is that? That almost look like a G. Crazy Desires of a Murderer. I've actually seen none of those because, they're forgotten, and I
Amazing.
never saw them. Yeah, Tyler's a big fan.
Huge fan of them.
Yeah, those are all like birthday gifts, basically. I just ask for Amazon cards from everybody, and then I pile them all together, and boom, I got new movies.
When is your birthday? It's coming up, right? March or May?
March.
Mine,
you should
mine
know
just
it's-
happened. Is it May
Happy birthday, dude.
9th or 10th?
Yeah, 10.
Fuck yeah.
So birthday party central for me and Tyler Pinchel over here.
We're having a
It's
big
his last
party.
name.
We just had it. It was actually really crazy.
Yeah, it's a group
It
thing
was
for
on
us.
Saturday night.
Yeah,
And this
so
comes out Monday, so you missed it. But it's
no
wild.
doubt. Yeah, we haven't done any movie hauls in a while, so there's some like opening shit for you. What are you looking at there?
Cannibal Pharaoh
Ferox?
or Ferox? Yeah, like they're saying it's the most violent film ever made.
Yeah, it's one
So I
of
was on the Parents Guide looking up the violence and gore. Yes, you won't be able to watch this because it says yes, animals were harmed, killed graphically in this movie.
I don't know if
Like
it's...
for real?
It
Yeah,
says at
no,
the
they
end, it
kill
says,
animals.
There are many scenes of real animals being killed by humans and other
No.
animals that are very graphic.
We should do Cannibal
God,
Holocaust.
Dude, I can't
at
handle
least.
that.
Cannibal Holocaust makes Green Inferno look like a kid's film.
Dude, Green Inferno's fucked.
It's nowhere near as bad as Cannibal
I don't
Holocaust.
think-
Cannibal
I don't know.
Holocaust, that's what Eli Roth was going off of. It's movies like Cannibal Ferox, Cannibal Holocaust. Cannibal Holocaust features a girl getting raped, and she's been dragged through mud, and this Amazonian guy just, like, hits a stake into her pussy. And then there's a scene where, like, this one little animal is holding in a ham. It's like, it's like screaming, and they actually kill it, stab it through the chest. And there's another scene where a turtle gets fucked up, and it is bad. Like, the turtle literally gets laid against a stump, and they chop its head off with a machete, and they chop off all its arms, and they cut it down the middle and rip open everything, and all its guts fall out. And it's a real turtle.
Jesus.
How did I mean?
Yeah,
back then you could
Yeah, it's like there's like
barely get
year
away
were
with
these?
it.
70. What year was Cannibal Ferox? I want to say Holocaust was like 78. This was 81. Yeah, and then Cannibal Holocaust was so crazy because legitimately the director was on trial. Because,
Oh, was that one?
Yeah,
You
that-
had to bring
Yeah,
in,
they thought
yeah.
it was real footage.
Yeah, they thought it was real footage because it's shot in a documentarian style. And they see like the real animal deaths and all the effects make it look like people are really getting gutted. Like there's a scene where one dude's literally like they're holding his arms and they're ripping him apart and they're pulling out his guts and they start eating him. It's
But I mean,
know,
obviously
man.
it's all fake though.
no, that's real. That one scene in particular. No, I'm
They
just playing.
killed
No, the guy, all the people didn't really die.
Luckily, they had twins.
Yeah, dude, I'd be like, "What's up? I'm here. I'm alive."
Yeah.
Yeah. So now there is on that particular Blu-ray, there's a cruelty-free version that doesn't show any of the animal deaths. But yeah, it'd be good. Like, and y'all would fucking lose your shit, and it would scar you. But
I
yeah,
don't want to get scarred,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, but I think it'd be dope if we did like a Cannibal Holocaust one, dude. It'll fuck you up. Like all of us are gonna be like, oh god damn, like what am I? It's one of those like if somebody comes in the room while you're watching it, you're like, I need to pause this because people are gonna think I'm the most fucked up individual in the world watching this shit.
And I give Cannibal Holocaust 9.3. Like, are you gonna?
No, I do love it for like its own thing. A lot of it's like when I was a kid, dude, like watching these like rated R movies and shit. I wanted to take it a step further because I already felt weird that I was able to watch those. So I started watching movies like this, and I was big into cannibal shit, just like I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And at that time, it was a thing where like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm watching this. And then there was a long period of time where I was like, I can't even watch these movies anymore because all that, oh my God, I can't believe I'm watching this. I could believe I was watching it, but I was like, I'm just not entertained by this anymore. This is just not
Dude, it's
for me.
crazy.
It's just gross, and why would I ever watch this? This isn't good horror. And now, like, it's almost like I'm back on that nostalgic train where it's been forever since I watched them. So I'm kind of like starting to embrace them and enjoy them for like what they are, while also kind of tapping back into like that middle school me now that that's distanced enough where I'm just like, man, like I remember, like I really sought these films out. Yeah, there's some fucked up shit in these movies, dude. That is a
Whoa.
dark film. And then the fucked up thing is when you're watching this, you're like, dude, there's still these like Amazon tribes. Like if you go there,
They're legit.
They'll do this
that
to you.
shit.
They just did that shit a few years ago. Some guy walked up into an Amazon tribe and was like trying to preach the word of God, and they took him and fucking murdered him and ate him. It was just like, yeah, well, let's see how far
Have you
that
seen
got
that
you.
tribe? That video of them seeing a white man for the first time?
Oh yeah, throwing arrows or
No. Like he like walks up to him and they're like scared of him, and then he like
What
reaches
you
out,
said.
like having a dog sniff your hand. They're just like looking at him like, what the fuck is this? It's a white dude. Could you imagine living your whole life in like we see a blue dude just walk
that would
out?
freak me out now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like it didn't happen in the past. I just said.
I've never heard of a blue dude being found other than
God.
Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, but if you're in the Amazon, you see a white dude. It's basically a blue dude.
I lived in the Amazon for 7 years.
And I was blue. Dabba-dee-dabba-da.
Yes.
If I was
Dude,
green,
how
I would
scary
die, and
would
I'm
that
going to
be,
die
though,
anyways.
In the Amazon, that place is scary as fuck.
Yeah, you have one dude just out of nowhere like into your
Dude,
neck.
you gotta fear humans,
And you wake-
the snakes.
You wake up
the
on a
Yeah.
fucking post, and they're just like a dude's coming over eating you alive. Dude, there's another one, Slave of the Cannibal God. That was one of the ones I was watching. I was like, this is horrible. Like they started having like their like moment. They were like raising up this chick, but they were like beheading like all the other people she was with, and it was playing this wild tribal music, and then it cut to this dude that was literally fucking like a fucking elephant in the ass or some crazy
How
shit.
does that work?
Yeah, it wasn't an elephant. I was just
Oh.
making it sound insane. Now he's fucking some type of like animal in the ass, like while it was going on, dude. And I was like, wow, I hope nobody wakes up and sees
Like,
this.
what are these people thinking when they make movies like this? Like,
What if they're like, yeah,
That's
I'll be
part of
that
the-
character.
how do you call that art, though? Like, I guess there is some kind
They're
of
just
art
trying
to
to
it,
make
But
it
that's
the
why you
greatest
gotta.
movie they
That's
can
more,
make.
all the more reason for us to break it down, so we can have like some crazy conversations. Like, I can't believe what I just watched.
If the only way I would do that is if we all watched that, like something like that together. Like, there
Yeah,
is
that
no
makes
like.
sense. We'd
Living
have to.
room next
That's,
week.
that's fine.
Yeah,
We can
it's
all
happening.
like not next week. I'm not ready for that shit yet. Give me some time to prepare.
Give me
but-
some time.
But yeah, I'm definitely like, if we can all sit together and watch it, then
Dude, maybe
I'll
we should
it.
do that. We should go on like I'll get all my cannibal movies together. And
We need to
we-
watch the worst one.
No, I'm saying like we just do a dark binge for like a
No.
What
month.
if we do like a
No.
live video?
Yeah,
of
and
us
then
watching
at the end of it, we're just like, well, guys, we made it. This has been rough.
Dude, I'll no.
What if we do like a live video of us watching it, or like a video of us
little live
watching it,
snippets here and there?
or just like set the camera up
I
and
think
just
that'd be a
watch
good
it?
month for real for like YouTube.
Dude, that's too, there's no way I can watch all those.
Dude,
There's
I
no
don't
way.
want to.
My stomach
honestly.
can't handle this shit like I used to.
Yeah, like I turn my head at times. I'm like, God.
But
I mean,
that's
I
the
look
thing
back
about me
immediately.
though, is
I'm
I don't
like,
want to do that during a
God,
movie,
dude.
and it's hard for me to. And
It's
I'll
like a
just
train
get
wreck.
sick.
You can't look away.
Yeah,
'cause
but
you're
that's
like,
the
dude,
point.
How far are they gonna take it?
Yeah, that's the point. Like you got to watch it and just get into it
Well,
in that
Well,
level.
if we all watch it together, I'll do it.
Yeah, Holocaust is probably the worst, but I mean, they rival it, dude. Like,
On a
I'd say we go on and do the Varrox, just because it's like right here.
man, Holocaust
it's-
is literally right there.
it's 4 feet
Let's see
away.
that Holocaust one.
Cannibal Hot? No, I took it in the living room. That's right. I took all my
Jesus.
Blu-rays out there that are
I'll
horror
just look it
movies.
up. Yeah, because that's the one that got the trial, and that would be a good topic of
No,
conversation.
no, like Holocaust is considered the worst.
What is it? Tropical Holocaust?
Not tropical.
Cannibal.
Cannibal
Why
Holocaust.
did I say tropical?
Cannibal Holocaust is considered the worst. What's the IMDb and Rotten Tomato?
This one was like a 5.6.
Okay, let's see.
It's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Let's see Cannibal Holocaust, dude.
5.8.
5.8. What's the Rotten Tomatoes though? What do you think it's gonna be?
I would say in the 30s. It might even be a goose egg, honestly.
You think
I
so?
don't know. No. I'll say Cannibal Holocaust is in the 20s. I'll say 20s.
I'll say 17.
Let's see.
What do you say?
It's fresh, I think.
Wow. 65 critic, 61 audience.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
let's check
Read
it out.
some. Let's get some reviews. Let's hear some.
Let's
critic
review.
reviews.
We're pretty much reviewing Cannibal Holocaust right now.
Let's hear some critic
Talk about all the
reviews. Let's hear.
scenes.
Let's just read off the whole front page. Let's hear it.
All right, well, it's perfect because there's 3 fresh and 3 rotten on the front page.
Okay,
First rotten, 1 out of 4. Didn't say a word about it. Just put a splat.
that's all you need.
Second one, most of the enduring grindhouse movies lose the residue of sweaty misanthropy through the simple, inevitable absence of their hard, candied centers of shock value. I don't know what the fuck he's even saying, and he gave it a 0 out of 4.
He's great.
The next one, the actual savages involved with Cannibal Holocaust are the ones behind the camera. Rating D. And then the good ones are rough, but it's an interesting type of sensationalism from a thankfully bygone production era. It's not a film to be enjoyed, but it certainly offers a singular genre bite that's impressively gonzo.
Yeah, that's the appeal.
Another one said an enormous masterwork from Ruggero Deodato, whose own film has pretty much guaranteed to outlive its creator. Apart from being a truly disturbing film, Cannibal Holocaust serves up a cold plate of scathing social commentary. I can see that. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I can see where it could be a social commentary kind of movie. So, yeah. I don't know. I guess I'll check it
Well,
out.
changing topics.
It's
Do
gonna
you
be
want to
rough.
talk about the guy
You want to
on
talk about
Facebook?
Teletubbies?
The guy on Facebook?
Yeah, dude, it's rough.
Bring it
Those
up.
Cannibal movies. Yeah, there's some dude, and
'Cause I
I'm
didn't see it.
look. I'm all for freestyle rapping. I'm all for rapping. I'm a rapper. Yes, if you haven't figured that out by now. I mean, you can see it, right? No, I'm just playing. Probably can't, but that's a legit thing. And I'm gonna pat myself on the back. I'm pretty good at it. Rodney is actually pretty good when he did it as well.
Look him up.
Tyler's the GOAT, though. No,
Yeah, okay.
Tyler the Creator. I wasn't talking about you. Don't give yourself too much credit. No, I'm sweating.
No, I can't.
Yeah, Tyler's not much on the rap scale. That's okay. He uses his voice in other ways on the podcast, on the potty. Not the potty. You know what I'm saying. He be shitting on folks, though. With his bars. Yeah, but there was a random... Dude, we get, like, random shit sometimes. This is weird when you run a group. And sometimes you'll lose it in the mix of shit, and I'll just check sometimes. I don't know. I'm like, shit, it's been up for 2 days. What the fuck is that? But this time, I caught it, and it was like 10 minutes in, and there was just this black guy that's like, yeah, I'm about to go in. What's up? Yeah. What's up, everybody on the live? What's up? And it was like me and like 3 other people watching. So he probably, it was fucked up, is he probably could look at like the 3 people watching. He's like, I posted that in that dude's group. That's the dude who deleted my shit.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, dude, we're a fucking movie group, bro. Like, what are you doing right now? Are you really?
To hear? I wish we could have like heard it.
Like he was pausing and like when I first clicked on it, he was talking to people and he's like, and he was talking. I know where he busting a freestyle.
Was he on anything? You think?
He seemed pretty normal.
Okay.
I'm not gonna put that on him. I don't stereotype.
That's not what I meant.
I thought that's what you meant. No, yeah, but he actually had a few mutual friends too. You know what? And that's kind of how I felt when I was deleting it. Like I'm not saying I'm anti-rap. Like I said, I even rap. There's a time and a place to do anything. Like you're in a fucking movie group, bro. Like why are you posting you live?
I'm trying to get out there.
Talking about freestyle. Yeah, but it's the worst way to do it.
I just think it's hilarious that happened.
Yeah, even like when I was rapping, or even now, like as a podcaster, I'm not gonna post
your rap videos in our.
No, not even that. Just like our podcast videos. I'm not gonna post it in just like, hey, this is
every page.
This is a crochet making group. Like, let me drop this like, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of My Name Crochet. Like, it's not gonna be a thing. Maybe that's what you got to do.
Maybe that's the secret.
Yeah, but that's like the classic. Like, I don't. If you somehow hear this, dude, that's not the way to do it. Like, that's the classic. Like, sure, you might get initial. Like, oh, you get more views, but you're gonna develop a name. Like, oh, that's that motherfucker that just posts shit in random groups for no apparent reason. Like, this doesn't add up. You can't fucking shortcut this type of shit, as we fucking know. God damn.
What if he killed it? Like, he just. Fuck it, the freestyle was super.
It didn't sound like he did. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Sound
like I heard like a few bars. I'm like, oh, he's freestyled out.
He rhymed cat and hat.
No, it was just kind of like, all right, I'm about to go in. He had dreads. He was like doing this, I think, if I remember correctly. And I was just like,
the screenshot you took and sent in the group chat had me laughing because it had 2 people watching and just him just looking like.
Yeah, like he.
And you said this dude freestyle
really?
rapped in
like, come on, man. Like, I ain't even hating on your skill for real. I only heard like 6 lines. You might have just got going, and that's how it is with freestyling. Sometimes you don't come out with your hot shit right away, but like once you start, it wasn't like jaw. But at the same time, it didn't have to be jaw dropping. It was just kind of like, I'm not listening to this because it's not in the right spot, dude. And it was disappointing, and I feel like when I see shit like that, it's more disappointing because I'm a creator that could do something like that. So when I see other people try to take shortcuts, it's like, really, bro, you're breaking the fucking code right now. Don't do this.
It's the rap code.
The rap code, the movie code, whatever code you want to fucking call it, dude. You can't just do that. And I overall, though, I was like laughing. I was like, bro, like we got a guy right now live freestyling our fucking movie group. Like, what is going on right now?
This is so funny.
If anybody could do that, it's literally me. Rodney doesn't freestyle, but like I could get away with it though. I'm like, it is box office banner movies. I could say there's some Monday Mayhem.
You
shit.
could do a movie rap,
but even then, I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking do that. So you definitely should. Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm glad he's banned. Banned for life.
Dude, nah, he really is though, because I've gotten to the point now, like when people post weird shit, like I don't have time, because every time somebody posts some random shit, and I'm like, "Here's your one warning," they come right back. There's a difference in that though too. Like there'll be times somebody posts something and it's like you can see, you're like, okay,
I see. What
like
they're doing.
but then there's other times people are like, I'm freestyling in the group of movies, and
I'm
it's
doing
like,
what I want in this
I'm like,
group.
there's no like, if I say, hey bro, you can't freestyle in here, you think that motherfucker ain't gonna come back freestyling again?
Yeah.
It's so outlandish. There's degrees of this shit. Like, oh my god, it's not TV Tuesday, is it? That's right, But there's like, my bad, bro. I was just spitting bars. I'll come back next time. Talking about movie. He ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he could message me and be like, "Hey, yo, I got cat of the group," and I'd be like, "Oh, hey, man."
Because you made a shitty rap video. Yeah. We lost 28 followers because of it.
Thank you, dude. Damn.
But we
We've worked
gained them
hard
right
for
back
those.
since we're like really good.
Yeah, we got one back because I accepted him back in the group. We can't afford to lose that many.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was gonna have that ripple effect. No, yeah, but I mean, I ain't gonna say he had shitty raps. I didn't get enough to listen to it, but it's not the place. It's not the time. And our admins got to do better jobs. Jeez.
Dude, I didn't even see it.
Nobody did.
No.
Gotta check in on the group.
I didn't
Rodney
get.
just stares off.
I usually get
Same way he looks at his
notifications.
phone. Here, what are we talking about?
Dude, I went over Rodney's earlier and he was bragging about how strong his grip is.
Oh,
Apparently, this man has the strongest
I
grip
was
in the
not
world.
bragging
He was
about it.
like, dude, my grip.
He does have a pretty strong grip, but this dude masturbates a lot. Like, I mean, he just come over to my house. He's like, I go to the back.
He jacked off.
I'm like, why are you telling me? Wait a minute, you about to jerk off? He's like, oh, yeah, you know me.
every time.
Well, who hasn't done it at Brandon's
him.
house? I've done it twice since we've been doing this podcast.
What do you think my bathroom breaks for?
Yeah.
I'm just a quick shooter, dude. That was like an authentic.
But his friend said that he almost broke his hand shaking his hand one time.
Your friend said that?
Yeah, didn't he? And then I wanted him to squeeze my hand, but he didn't want to do it.
This is a you topic. I don't believe it.
Dude, squeeze my
my
hand.
shit up like I have a dress because my fucking balls will hang out. I'm wearing these shorts.
Start easy and then get harder.
He's got a strong grip. I can contest that. He really does.
Are you going harder yet?
Yeah. It's as hard as I can go.
Was it? That was pretty good, actually.
No, it's better whenever it's harder to do it when they have no like leeway in there. But if you're trying to shake, like if you're trying to squeeze my hand as I'm squeezing, like you won't win that battle. Like,
Do you like whenever you shake like someone's hand? Do you try to overpower their grip strength?
I do.
No, I've had people
So-
where I go and shake their hands and I overpower it a lot. But then I've had people where I go to shake their hand and I'm like, oh.
Dude, I hate that old guy that comes and shakes your hand and fucking
he,
does
like,
it
slams
real
into
hard
it, yeah.
and squeezes and he shakes your.
No, I don't do this, but when I shake a hand, I feel like that's like an old school thing that you got to do. I've grown into that where you shake
Dude.
a hand. You don't want to shake a hand like this. Not
No.
to shout out to Chris Freeman because this ain't a good time for it. Chris Freeman got the softest fucking baby hands I've ever felt in my life, and he doesn't shake a hand. What the fuck? Chris, like, I think that might have been the time I was like, I kind of shook hands like this. And then Chris one time went to shake my hand. It was like, and I was like, I never want to do that to somebody. I got to shake hands with some force to show them.
Dude, one time I went to church and
Shake
the
hands.
preacher was coming and shaking everybody's hand. And I didn't know this, but
Do you want to do the squeeze?
Huh?
I feel like we got to do it at the same time.
Hold on.
1, 2, 3. We're going to crack our fucking hands, dude. That's what it feels like right now. It feels like something's going to give. I'm done. Like, I feel like we were both
Dude.
just like, oh, I feel
That
like
is
the
stalemate.
fucking bodybuilder thing. Like, I didn't feel
Dude,
like
I
either.
always that arm wrestling
Dude, I
shit.
can't
Were
watch
you,
it.
snapping
were
the
you
arm.
dominating me right there? 'Cause it didn't feel like it to me.
No, I wasn't
You might have
dominating.
no, but like I'm legitimately asked because I felt like we were just fighting, like we were right in the middle, and we both were like, ah.
We were just squeezing.
we're just two guys hanging
Just,
out,
yeah.
having a good time, squeezing hands.
To me, it felt like equal strength, and it felt like it wasn't gonna give until somebody's hand just snapped. And so I was like, let's just get out of this.
It's possible we could have snapped.
Like, well,
Like, you
as
see
I
the-
was
yeah, no,
trying
you
to.
see the motherfuckers that do fucking the arm wrestling, and then I
Their
don't know where it
arm will
goes. Yeah,
snap,
that's
yeah.
what all I thought about right there. I was
can't
like,
do
let's
it.
not do this because one of our hands just can go pop. No, then I can't work for a fucking month.
Okay.
And then everybody's asking, why is Brandon out? Like, I was doing the strong handshake.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna do that dumbass.
I went to church one time and the preacher was coming around shaking everyone's hand, and I didn't know it, but he was missing a finger.
Oh.
And he shook my hand, and it felt so weird. I was like, I'm never coming back to church. I'm just kidding.
Which
but
finger
that
was
really
it?
did have. It was his ring finger,
Oh wow.
and it was like he had like thick hands, and he was missing it like above like the first knuckle. So he still had that little knuckle, and it went right into your palm, and you're like, what the hell?
I fucked up. On that shake, I fucked up. I'll talk about it. Keep talking about the weird number.
Oh yeah, it was so weird. The knuckle.
Yeah, the knuckle story. Keep that going.
Ronnie, tell him that one story.
Yeah, so I was eating a blade of grass.
Dude, they're so good this time of year.
Well, they can be. If it's cold enough, they can be. 'Cause
Yeah.
You want them cold. You don't want them hot.
Dude, I can't eat a hot blade of
No.
grass. It's got the colder the better.
Yeah, the hot ones it'll produce more sweat.
I take
You
it,
don't
put
wanna
it
do
in
that.
a bowl, put some foil over it, put it in the fridge for about 48 hours.
Yeah.
Take it out, put some eggs in there. So
Oh yeah,
fucking good.
grassy eggs, dude. Fire.
Dude,
Grassy?
Fire. Yeah, put some Parmesan cheese on it. It's even better.
dude, Parmesan cheese, yeah, and Chick-fil-A sauce with
Oh
it.
yeah. Usually, if you go to Saskatchewan, Canada, Wayne Gretzky used to play hockey, like NHL hockey.
For real?
Yeah.
No way.
No way.
Yeah.
Gretzky?
Yeah.
Gretzky.
He's also the same guy that got his eyeball popped out. Somebody hit him in the back of the head with a hockey stick. And
For
his eyeball
real?
popped
Is that a
out.
real story?
Yeah, went back in socket.
For real?
Yeah,
That really
real,
happened?
Yeah. Wayne Gretzky.
Damn.
Yeah, he was my dad.
No.
Was what happened.
Oh, I got a new one.
Dude, I've been trying to get in. How did you? No, I love my dad. I was just joking. If
I
you're
love my
watching
dad,
this, Wayne Gretzky would probably be a cool dad. You know who's probably, who's a dope dad? Tony Hawk.
Oh, really?
Dude, yeah. I will also, who is it? Who would be freaking Snoop Dogg? Snoop Dogg's just out doing random shit, dude.
He's always been doing just random shit.
Who would be the best? Like, who would be your? It's hard to explain. Like, if you had to pick a celebrity to be their kid, which celebrity?
Ryan Reynolds.
You'd want to be Ryan Reynolds' kid?
Yeah, because it's continuous comedy. And he involves his
Dude,
family.
I was
in
thinking
with it.
like Michael Jordan, dude. Could you?
Oh,
He's
Jesus.
a billionaire.
But Ryan Reynolds is like a millionaire.
Oh yeah, but
And he's got the aviation gin. He's got that Mint Mobile. You know, he makes, you know.
I got Memo.
who? I'm trying to think. Who'd be, like? If you go up to people and be like, "That's my dad," and it'd be like someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like just someone iconic.
Van Damme.
Van Damme's your dad.
That's my daddy.
It's gotta be someone you'd be proud of.
Probably be something
Probably
like that.
Kevin Spacey,
Joe
actually.
Rogan. What are we talking about right now? Jason Voorhees.
Oh, I meant Kevin James. My bad.
Oh my God.
Sorry. Who'd I say? Yeah, it's not important.
Kevin Spacey.
I know it's not
Said
important.
someone to be proud of, like Kevin Spacey.
It's a freaking. It was a sick joke. Like, it's a joke. Have
Like
some.
the actor.
Have some humor.
That's funny. Dude, Adam Sandler. That'd be pretty.
Yeah, dude, that's probably one of the best actually.
Adam
He'd be
Sandler.
so cool, and he'd be like dope to
Will
hang out
Ferrell.
with. I feel
Will
like
Ferrell
Adam
would be
Sandler would be
one.
more like fun to hang because he's down to earth. Like you could hang out with your dad and like go do crazy awesome stuff with Sandler.
Yeah, he makes songs about it. Now I'm riding his dad.
Sam Elliott. Just because of the mustache.
No, you broke my hand, Rodney. That's what I was going to talk about. I made the tragic mistake of instead of like grinding it out with you in that like fierce competitor style and being like, we should probably stop this, and then letting go, I went limp and was like, we should probably stop this. So like all that force of us just like coming to a screeching halt, I let it go limp, and I was like, we should probably stop this. Then when I pulled away, that like 4 seconds was like, that really crushed my shit.
Never let it go limp, dude.
No,
One
never.
thing I've learned.
That's the problem. We should have some Viagra or something. We'll work on it.
Make your hand
Viagra
hard.
shakes, like not like the drink kind, but like we should like for firm handshake people.
Oh,
And that
I
will
thought
sell.
you meant like you drank a shake of
No,
Viagra.
no, well, I was clearing that up. That's the thing, but like old people, dude, like they gotta have that shake you're talking about. But you make Viagra for the hands when they get arthritis, they can still
Yeah.
deliver that kapow
They don't.
Ooh, we were talking earlier. I remember this one
about Viagra.
earlier. Not about Viagra.
There's
But
another one.
the euthanasia thing coaster.
Oh yeah.
We were talking, me and
A roller coaster of euthanasia.
yeah.
Or a
Well, there was
You
coaster.
know what we're talking
it was
about?
called the
on the table.
euthanasia coaster.
You know
And
what?
Oh,
You know,
legitimately.
people that want to.
People that
people
want
that are living such miserable lives
Yeah.
that they want it to end
get on the roller
in a
coaster.
like kind of a humane way, like putting down dogs, except it's for humans. They made a roller coaster prototype of this, and you go up super high, and then it's a loop followed by a little bit of a smaller loop, then a little bit of a smaller until it gets real.
And then it chucks
And
them
a-
off the coaster and kills them.
No, it's up to 10 G's.
10
They
G's
got
a whole ride.
and it's 3.5 minutes long or
Yeah.
4 minutes long of a ride
Yeah.
of 10 G's. Like
So
you're
you're
not gonna
dying
make
pretty
it.
quick in that. But it's a peaceful. Like you'll fall asleep before your brain, explodes.
Dude, I'd probably fall asleep on the way up, being up that high.
Jeez.
Jeez, that'd be crazy.
Browns are in town.
Are they? Why?
It's so hard to think of something funny to say right after someone farts. I
Somebody
always try
fart?
to. I always try to think of something funny
You,
to say,
bro,
but
you.
it never works.
Browns are in town. Everybody
Yeah,
just heard
it's like
crickets. That's it.
stupid.
Crickets.
Crickets. But
We should
for real,
all-
get Mint Mobile.
We should
Not
all
cricket.
go do stand-up comedy.
See
Just
who
for
bombs
one,
worse.
yeah, dude, and just we should bomb on purpose. All three of us just go up there and just
Yeah.
see which one gets
But
the
how?
worst.
What if we bomb?
Call me
bomb 'em?
crazy. I don't think I'm the funniest person, but I think I could do stand-up comedy to some degree. Just because, like, the way I joke about shit is always in, like, a weird story scenario form that's relatable.
Like a Kevin Hart.
And some people, like, laugh at it, some people don't, but I have other people that just die laughing. Like, I literally last week had some dudes like, you shouldn't be here right now. You should be a comedian. That was a straight-up line that was told to me. And that's not a lie. It's because of how, like, I bounce off of shit and just say shit. And I've had that, like, my whole life. It's
Well,
because
there's a
We
comedy
should
club
try
in
it.
Louisville.
Yeah, you can. There's open mic
it's
nights.
tempting
My
almost.
brother was thinking about doing one.
That would be fun, dude. It would.
But we should. I mean, we should one night bomb on purpose, and that would be so funny to us because we know we're doing it, and we would bomb back to back to back. And the
That'd be
people
great.
there would just have the worst night ever.
We'd all fucking get like, okay, we all got humbled pretty quick probably, but you never know, dude. But that's one of those like few things, like even the things I'm like good at. Like I'm like again, I'm not saying I'm like some overly funny person, just like in general, but like in terms of like there's things I'm really good at that I feel like I had to force myself to be good at, like basketball, even rapping. I don't think I was good at first, but like making people laugh like in a crowd, like once I get everybody going, like I can like kind of take over. Like I've always been real natural at that for some fucking reason, but I've never explored it, and so it makes me wonder.
We
But then
should
I'll
try.
come on here and I'm like, but none of my friends on the show think I'm funny, so there's that. Rodney laughs at everything, so you don't count.
Yeah. See,
I think Josh is just like he's heard everything I've said a million times. And then Tyler's just kind of like, hey. He gives like a quick hair. He normally never busts out unless it's something ridiculously
yes,
stupid.
It has to be really stupid to make me laugh.
But yeah. I don't know.
It's hard. What was I gonna say? Okay.
Tell me why I thought it was a 3. I was like, well, did I order is there a second one? I was like, Cannibal Ferox 3. Do you see that? Looks like a
We should do Cabin Fever for Halloween this year.
can't.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not like I mean, there's like a remake I haven't even watched, but it's got like a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. I heard and I've heard it's a shot-by-shot remake. And I don't want no parts of that.
It's something that pisses me off that like shouldn't for some reason. You know those people that pass out like flyers when they go in like the parking lot and they put it on your windshield under your windshield wiper. For some reason that makes me furious because I don't see it. Who
thought I'd want this here?
Yeah, and then I'm like, why are they touching my shit? Like it's not my shit's not nice, but I'm like, why the fuck are they touching it? It's just I don't know for some reason. Mm-hmm. That bugs me when people touch my personal stuff. On the windshield. You're right. I should take them off every time. See, that's smart.
This would be an example of how like I would tell that story. I'm not saying it's better, but like if like I said that. No. We were just talking about stand-up comedy, and that stick on the topic of that. Like I would explain like it's like because like you know this guy's probably saying like this and then I'm like and then like I would totally like I mean would you not be like that? Would you not be like because like what are you gonna do in that situation? Like I always expand it into something more and sometimes you're not on that journey with me. Sometimes you are.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about like stupid shit like stand-up comedy, and as you said that, I was like, let me see how Tyler, because he's telling the next story. I wanted to see how you do it. Well, but I feel like that's how stand-up comedians.
That's how I tell all my stories, though.
I know, but like stand-up comedians always take it a step further. They start thinking about reactions and other things.
See, I'd have
that's
to work
how
on
my
material.
My brain naturally works like that for some stupid reason.
When I worked at Ford, I drove a red Chevy truck, and I came in from lunch one day, and this guy said that someone pissed on my truck tire.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't get mad. I got mad because I was like, that's disrespectful. But I didn't get mad that they pissed on my truck. But it turns out they were just fucking with me. They're just like, no one really pissed on it. They just knew I drove a Chevy.
That's a simple solution. You just piss over their piss, and then it's your territory again.
Yeah. Like for instance, that's a funny story.
That's why you're the smartest one in the group.
No, that's a funny story. But if you were doing like stand-up comedy, you'd have to add in just like, and then there's this guy Ron. I know you're not doing that right now, but
dude, I would kill.
We run with topics on this, but like if you were doing stand-up, you'd have to just like, and here's the thing, like, can you imagine someone pissing, and then you got to keep going and bringing in the story and all that shit. I'm not saying you have to do that right now. I'm just kind of like piggybacking off of that.
Oh, here's a question that I asked Rodney earlier. If you got, I don't want your wife to hear. If you had,
you can say it. She's pissed off at me anyway.
Oh, okay. if you could have sex,
driving me fucking mad today. Let me have that.
If you could have sex with two girls at the same time, but the combined age is 30, what two age are you picking?
15 down the line.
Yeah. Ronnie almost answered it like truthfully. He was like 21, and then he was like, "Never mind, I'm not saying that."
30, and I'm gonna have the other girl sit in the corner because she's a baby and she won't know what's going on anyways. I've literally done that.
Yeah, I didn't think about it when you asked it.
Yeah, I got cock blocked by a baby one time. That was fun.
I feel like that happens a lot.
Literally, like, it was about to go down, and this baby was like, yeah, and I'm just like, God damn. And she was like, go back to bed. And I'm like, yeah, go back to bed. In the bed, and she turns around, and it's like, I'm like, yeah, it's crazy. And then she goes back to bed with me, and I'm like, okay, it's bad. And it's like, yeah, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, it happens. I'm not mad. And then next thing you know, like 3 more cries later, the kid comes into the bed with us, and it's in the center of us. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, can I go home? Like, do I look like a dick right now? So I just went to sleep, and I never slept with that chick. And it was like, it was so on. But that happened like 2 times in a row. And then after that, it was just almost like we mutually agreed, like, this just ain't happening. We moved on. But I always think back, I'm like, that little fucking shithead kid. Legitimately. And I had a couple buddies I told the story to. They're just like, bro, I don't get that kid's going to move aside. I'm like, what the fuck I look like, dude? Like, I'm just like, hey, here's your baby. Put it over there. He won't know. Like, I'm just like, that might be too much. Maybe if I was drunk enough. But like, we had Seagrams that night.
See, if I was telling that story,
yeah.
I did.
I'd be like, what happened here? But yeah.
I'd be like, one time.
Again, I'm not saying your stories are bad. I was piggybacking off of the stand-up comedy and what you'd have to do with it. That's what's weird about stand-up comedy. You got to add in all these scenarios. It's all about scenarios.
Here's something I thought of.
Unless you're like,
Here's a
just
job
in
that I can't do. Have you ever went to a restaurant and the waiter doesn't write down your order? He just memorizes everything.
Like full, like 4 people, me, Jamie, and the
Yeah,
kids.
at least,
like,
dude,
we'll
I've had like 8 people. I was like, how is he doing
Yeah, but there's
this?
sometimes you can tell they don't got it yet. Like you can tell they're new and they're overconfident, and you're like, you do have that right. Like you can see they're like looking in the back of their brain. They're like, and then you, yeah, I think I got. I'm like, do you got it though? Like you can feel.
I
it.
give every waiter waitress time. Like even if they're writing it down or not, I'll say one thing.
Yeah,
And
you
then I'll
have
watch
to.
their pen, and when they're done writing, I'll be like, okay, and I need
No,
this.
yeah, that's a natural thing. But some people just won't even fucking pin it. And then there's times where you're like, you know, there's people that do that, and that's why you get food that's bad. There's people who've been doing it for like 20 years. And
Yeah,
it's
like-
natural. But there's other people that's like, you know what? I haven't ditched the pin yet. I got this, and it's their first time. Or they're like, they've been doing it a month, and like, I got
They
this
feel
now.
confident enough to do it.
Yeah, and then
try
they
to do
bring
it, like,
you a fucking steak that's medium rare instead of rare. What the fuck? So, yeah, it's.
I
it's
blame
a
the
whole
cook
thing.
for that.
What
Yeah.
a rare steak.
Yeah.
You all right? It's a rare tea. Ha ha ha. Anything else, guys? We've been going 40 minutes. We've had a couple shorter ones lately, so I guess it's only right we went a little longer. Vote who's the best stand-up comedian. I'm
Me.
It's Rodney.
Shitty show. Just kidding.
Ah, don't fight.